Hey everybody, this is the Crazy Music Geek, and I haven't made a video in over 2.5 years. I've just been very busy with life and moving to a new state. So, in that time, I've taken up a bit of a new hobby. Um, I still collect records here and there, and but I wanted to make this video to share you that I'm not dead, and also just showcase something else I've been collecting a lot lately. Um, I've been really heavily into collecting autographs, especially 50s rock and roll. I do have some pop punk ones and some punk ones, but mostly I've been just searching for 50s rock and roll autographs. I always take the precautions. Um, I always make sure it has a legible certificate of authenticity before I buy. And even then, I always have my group of friends in this Facebook group kind of double check that are really experts in the autograph field. So, how I'm going to do this video is I guess, kind of showing the least exciting to my most exciting, just to keep the suspense. Um, this is not to downplay any of the artists that are in this video, of course, but I think you're going to be shocked by some of the ones I have in the later half of the video. So without further ado, this is my first one I'm going to showcase today. This is Carl Mann. Now, Carl Mann, he was a rockabilly artist in the 50s. Anybody who's familiar with Sun Records and kind of the history of that, he was considered the last son of Sun. He's mostly familiar. He's mostly known for his rockabilly rendition of Mona Lisa, which I really love that song. This was signed on some kind of ticket to an event, Rockabilly Park, International Rockabilly Hall of Fame, back in 2013. I didn't go to this. I didn't even know who Carl Mann was at that time. I bought this kind of before I got into autograph collecting. I bought this either right before or right after he died. Bought this mainly because I was really big into 50s music, but I didn't think I'd be able to ever afford any 50s autographs, so figured, at least I'll have Carl Mann's. And for a while, he was my only one, up until last year. But yeah, that's Carl Mann. This next one I'm going to showcase, Wanda Jackson. I just got this one pretty recently. Sorry for the glare, everybody. But Wanda Jackson, of course, probably more known for her country stuff, but she's definitely a great 50s rock and roll pioneer. Yep, Wanda Jackson's autograph right there. Signed in 2008, it looks like. This and the Carl Mann were pretty cheap. Only paid about $40 for this one. Yep, it's Wanda Jackson. After Wanda Jackson, Dion. Again, this one was kind of inexpensive as well. I paid a lot less than I normally would have, that I've normally seen for his kind of autograph. But truth be told, I kind of got lucky because the seller just didn't know who he was and was just selling stuff from his brother's autograph collection. And of course, I recognized it and made sure it was authentic. And only $20 later, Dion. I got this about last year around this time. Okay. Carl Perkins. Yeah. I got this one for pretty cheap. Carl Perkins you can get for a pretty decent price, usually around the $60 to $75 range from what I've seen. This one I only paid about $30 for. You can see his signature right there. But yeah. This was signed back around 1985. This album, around the time this album would have came out. But yeah. Always really liked Carl Perkins. Blue Suede Shoes, of course, was the one that he wrote. Of course, other great ones too, like Movie Mag. But I got this about around a little over a year ago, just when I was starting to kind of look more into autographs. Okay. Next one to showcase, probably this big one right here. Fats Domino. Yeah, sorry about the glare, everybody. I bought this about the same time as I did the Dion one, this time last year. This is the first one I have that's JSA authenticated. And I eventually took this down with me to my Nana's, and she helped me get a frame and get it custom matted. This is the only one I have custom matted like this. There's a couple I'm going to show at the end I still need to get displayed. Also, that Carl Mann one I still need to get displayed. But, yeah, that's Fats Domino. If you don't know who Fats Domino is, you don't know 50s music. Suffice to say. All right. This next one. This one's a pretty small one in size. Bo Diddley. Yeah, this is a little postcard, almost kind of thing. A little press picture of Bo Diddley. He signed this in pen. This would have been signed, if you can look at the date, around 1992. So it's when he signed it. Got this for a very good deal, about $40. And I think it's probably because of just the size of it, and the fact that it's a pretty small autograph. Usually if you catch him on an album, he's about $300 from what I've seen. And also earlier photographs of Bo Diddley, those usually will go for a little more. But yeah, that's Bo Diddley. All right. Jerry Lee Lewis. This was the first one. This was technically the second autograph I bought when I got into collecting. But this was the last thing I bought before I moved up here. And yeah, it was being sold at a record store, and I just had to have it. Jerry Lee. I couldn't believe it when I found it. I was just absolutely amazed. And yeah, that's Jerry Lee Lewis. Now and we've got 4 left. You're probably thinking, how can it get better than Jerry Lee Lewis? Chuck Berry. I got this back in May. JSA authenticated and everything. He actually did a signing in the 90s where it was just this picture. But he signed in blue ink, of course, as you can see, like dozens and dozens of these. If you go onto eBay right now, you'll probably find more that are just like this, because he just did a signing for this one picture. And this one I was able to get for about 100, 110, 120 after shipping. But very iconic piece. Definitely one I'm going to be holding on to for many, many years to come. Chuck Berry. I got 3 more left. And this next one was signed on the front of a book, of some kind of sermon book. And he was kind of, there's still a few of like the really older rock stars I still need to get. But this one was definitely a very big one. This is Little Richard's autograph. I believe it says, "To Ben, God love Little Richard." Look at that. It's JSA authenticated too. I have the letter of authenticity all the way over there. But yeah, Little Richard's autograph. He didn't sign a lot too. He was a very tough signer. A lot of people have kind of told me some of the stories about how he just straight up would not sign anything. So to have like an authentic signed piece is pretty rare, even though he lived a lot longer than a lot of these people, even if guys like Jerry Lee Lewis and Chuck Berry and Fats Domino lived to be pretty old. He still outlived him, except for Jerry Lee. All right, I have two more. And these are both probably my rarest ones. This one was just kind of amazed at the deal that I got on this. I've seen this one go for about 300 to 500. I didn't pay anywhere near that, and it's PSA DNA authenticated. This is Ricky Nelson's autograph. Yeah. Yeah, I managed to find this sometime in the summer, probably July or August. I managed to get this one. But yeah, Ricky Nelson. I still have it in this because I have not gotten it display framed or anything yet. But I'm planning on that soon, as soon as I can. You can tell it's been displayed before because it's, I guess, a little sun bleached, but I mean, that doesn't affect the quality of that autograph. You can still see it crystal clear. So that's Ricky Nelson. I have one more, and I just got this a few days ago as of recording this. And this is a pretty big one. I want to thank the people over at Tracks Limited over in the UK. My birthday was pretty recently, and I did end up getting some birthday money. And I spent it on this. Roy Orbison. This was signed sometime in the 60s. It says, to Rosalind, love, Roy Orbison. I had this shipped all the way from the UK. Like I said, with Tracks Limited, they're UK-based. They have a lot of Beatles autographs, so if any of you run into some money or win the lottery or something like that, you can always go over there and buy some Beatles autographs. But I'm pretty amazed that I'm holding this in my hands right now. As you can see, I still have it in the plastic. Like I said, I got to get this and the last two framed still, and the Carl Man as well. But yeah, that's Roy Orbison. And those are my 50s rock and roll autographs. I've been wanting to do this video for a little while, but again, I just kept adding. And I'm still not done. I know I still have to get the Everly Brothers and Dwayne Eddy. As far as like, and then I think after that, that's kind of it for the ones that live to be pretty old. Chubby Checker, of course, yeah. But then after that, it's going to be a pretty penny. So, thank you guys for watching. I don't know when my next video will be, but I hope you all have a good one.